Hey guys, welcome to my first Resident Evil discussion video. I am Dazzling Kate for those who are new here, and welcome back for those who are old here. So we are going into my first Resident Evil discussion video. I probably already said that, but you know me, I'm always repetitive about some things. But anyways, it's nice to meet those who are new here, and we shall proceed to a new discussion. It's been a while. Okay. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about this for a while due to the amount of people in the past that always disliked Ashley in the original game. And I figured it would be fun to talk about how Capcom fixed her character in the remake and talk about, how it's different, how it still is the same, but it's just different in a way that makes the character a little bit more enjoyable in the game. So grab your drinks, grab your snacks. This might be a long one. Anyways, I will be your host, Dazzling Kate. So, to begin this, we're gonna go into how the original was remembered exactly, because I think a lot of us can agree that Ashley was a pain in the butt when it came to rescuing her or having to heal her every 5 minutes. I mean, do you know how much time I wasted trying to get all those healing things only for Ashley to come in and be all injured and shit, and you're like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta heal you too. I guess I have to heal you a lot, which sucks because honestly I wasn't seeing that one coming. I forgot about that in the game when I first got back into playing it. And then comparing it to the remake where you don't have that, it's just it was really different. It was really different. But yeah, that's a lot of what people remember about her character, is that she wasted essential stuff such as the healing herbs, and her constant screaming Leon every 5 seconds was just wow. And of course, her being useless to a degree. There were some moments where she did, help out with some of the door puzzles, I think, if I remember correctly. I think it was in one of the parts in the island. I think. I could be misremembering, but whatever. But yeah, her personality, it was... Oh gosh. It was... How do I describe it? Okay, so... In the game, she's basically treated like this, back then, I think Resident Evil was paying more attention to the vibes of Hollywood. You know how there's always that one actor, actress, I'm not actress, that one character in the show or movie, and they're always this prettied up damsel in distress with an attitude problem. I think a lot of they were trying to do that, and Ashley doesn't have an attitude problem. It's just her constant Leon. Oh gosh. Okay, but yeah, it was basically flat soda, if I can describe it that way. I think that's the best way I can really describe it, is that it's got the flavor. It's there. You can see it in some of the pieces of scenes, when they're going into the garbage area, when Leon's just well, it looks like we're gonna have to jump, and she's like, oh no. That was probably one of her only moments I really enjoyed her character in the game. And I'm not saying everything else was shit, it was just poorly written at the time. It's understandable considering back then it was the main focus was, Leon being this tough guy hero, and it was basically any Hollywood made movie. You had the guy rescuing the damsel in distress. It's a formula that never fails to do what it's supposed to do, which in this case it worked really well. It became one of the best selling games, and of course the only complaint was just Ashley being, Leon. So many times. I know a lot of us can relate that we spent hours and hours trying to like beat this one level, and then you just hear like Ashley in the background being all like, "Leon, help me!" And you're just like, "What the fuck? How the fuck did they grab you? You were right behind me. What the hell, bitch?" Like, oh my god. Sorry for my swearing. It's kind of a habit. You're gonna have to get used to it if you're going to watch my streams. I do it a lot, so I apologize in advance. But anyways, it's her personality was not that bad. It just wasn't developed enough. It wasn't like, given enough spark. Get what I mean? Or crisp, as I say in my personality comparison to a flat soda. That's what she kind of felt like. Again, there are people who enjoy flat soda, and that's totally okay. I'm not like, I'm not like beating it down. I'm not like shaming it. But yeah, that's totally fine. I loved her character even before the remake because I always wanted there to be more, something that made her feel different. And of course, I don't remember hours of my time, like, when I was younger playing the game, but, like, you get what I mean. Like, from what I played recently, it's just like, wow, I missed a ton. But, okay, let's proceed. So, the remake basically fixes all of this by the very beginning. When we're first introduced to her, she is a lot more humanized, which that was an element that was missing from the original, is that of course she was scared, frightened, like, anxious to be in that environment. The problem is that whenever she came on screen during, like, the cutscenes in the game, it always felt like she was being sort of bratty or kind of annoyed. And you just kind of, either didn't want to continue rescuing her, or you were just like, well, get over it. Like, quit being a whiny brat. Like, I think a lot of people were like that when the game, like, when they remember this game, is that Ashley always seemed like a brat to them. But the remake actually fixes it by, normalizing her personality. Like, fixing her personality, not normalizing it. Making it seem very humanized to the point where you actually get moments where, you can kind of feel that. But of course, that can be expanded on. Just kind of like getting into my notes and being like, okay. Next part is definitely seeing how she reacts whenever Leon's getting into, like, the battles with the henchmen and the potatoes. Yeah, I'm screwing up the word, guys. I'm screwing up the word. I highly apologize for my stupidity when it comes to pronouncing things. It's just been a while, but yeah, so I think what makes the remake more fun for her personality is that she, whenever she is terrified, or whenever we have moments of her actually becoming more concerned for Leon, is during the times when she helps out, like in the cabin battle. She finds the exit and gets, like, Leon and Luis out of there. They talk, and the conversations are definitely one of my favorite elements of the Resident Evil 4 remake, is because of how, natural Leon and Ashley bounce off of each other. It's something I haven't really been able to see in a while with game characters, but that's probably because of the fact that I haven't, played a lot of games recently, but I have been trying my best to pay attention to some Let's Plays here and there. But it's something I've missed seeing in, like, storytelling in general, is when you have those moments of concern where it's like, this is a bigger situation than just them wanting to, like, infect this village. Now it's gonna go, further, depending on how we are taking the parasite. How the parasite is developing in them. Oh my gosh. The way I'm saying it is just awkward as hell. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, she helps out in the cabin, finding the exit, opens the window in the barn for Leon after that main boss battle. It's like you see moments where she's actually useful like that. And of course there's like moments when there's more time put into the puzzles with her in mind, but also that like her using the lanterns and such and going into like the darkest depths of the castle. That's definitely one of my favorite like parts of the game, is how scared she is and that we have no weapons. We can't do much of anything except for run, solve the puzzle, get out as fast as we can. It basically speaks for itself. It's really, really nice to see how she reacts. And I know that a lot of people did enjoy that scene when she's running away, freaked out, and say like talking about how she doesn't want to deal with any more pieces of armor. That dialogue was definitely my favorite as well. But like I said, there's more dialogue between her and Leon than there was in the original game. And that actually focuses on them trying their best to survive and making it out alive. It's just really nice to see those human moments where they're actually reacting to what's happening to them and trying to understand it to some degree, but also knowing that the further you understand it, the more scared you become. It's in that situation, it's like you have those characters doing that, and that makes me so excited. So excited because I love seeing development like this. It's really wonderful to see. Her being very understanding in this game, more so than the original game, kind of makes her seem like a more sweeter person to be around, a more kinder person to hang around with. It's nice to see. It's really nice to see. It's something I miss seeing with like some characters here and there. But having, her be more humanized in the game and having, those moments where she's trying to understand, like, Luis and trying to understand Leon and just pushing forward as much as she can to survive. It's really nice. It's really nice. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. The next part will be my top 3 moments from the game, because obviously I gotta talk about them, and I'm very excited to, because I think a lot of people don't put a lot of time into talking about their favorite moments, and these moments really caught my eye when I was playing the game, and it really made my when I first played the remake, and then when I compared it to the original with these different scenes, we get more of a humanized version of Ashley. It's someone that we can connect with, someone we want to protect, someone we want to care about, and it really increased in the remake. So many people have actually changed their minds based off of the different scenes we see her in. And of course, I'll start going into the moments. The first one is definitely when Leon first catches Ashley, and how I think it's one of the more prettiest scenes that I've seen in the entirety of the game. Like, you have this, aside from the crazy maniac villagers that want to, kill you. You actually have this really well-constructed scene where somebody who is atop from the tower trying to jump down. It's giving me fairy tale vibes, very similar to stories you see of that kind of nature, specifically Rapunzel. And I don't know, locked up princesses in a tower, that kind of vibe. That's the kind of feelings and vibes that I was getting from the scene, was somebody who was trapped from a castle and couldn't get out, and the knight's just come down, it's totally fine, let down your hair, that kind of thing. And then when she finally jumps into his arms, it's very you take that moment, this is the moment that I took the photo of. It's that moment when you kind of feel the vibes of just like some kind of relief to be out of there, and letting the rain hit you. I know a lot of people probably don't look too much into the scenes, but this is definitely one of my favorite scenes from the game that I think really showed a pretty vibe to letting us know Ashley, how easily scared she gets, that kind of thing. But yeah, I really liked that scene. It was really well thought out, and I liked it more than what happened in the original when basically you just have Leon and Ashley throwing themselves out a fucking glass window into a little alley area in the church, and yeah, it's just you just end up wondering where the fuck are those scars that Ashley should have from that jump. That was a extreme jump, let me tell you. But in this, it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. So yeah. Next scene that I really enjoyed was putting Ashley first, which is Leon putting Ashley first. Now in the original game, Leon actually gets himself getting the parasite out before Ashley, even though Ashley had it put into her before him. So it doesn't really make sense. He because he's been taking the pills that suppressed the suppressments that was suppressing the parasite a little bit more longer than Ashley was. So I think he could have waited a little more, But in this, it's drastically different. Because this is they didn't just walk into the room, remove them, bam. And Ashley's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll help you there, even though I'm in pain too. It's in this one, Ashley's already unconscious. Leon's trying to get her to the room and trying his best not to faint because he's also, the parasite's also getting to him. So it's just you have a, him using every ounce of his power and energy going into these steps, getting into that lab, and getting her into that chair so she can get the parasite out. That scene was really, really improving that scene really improved from the original drastically. It showed how, focused Leon was on his mission, how, everything was against him. Everything was against him. He was using his little bits of energy to get to that room. And I loved it. I loved playing that part because there was a lot more time and effort put into that than there was in the original. And I'm not trying to shit on the original. It's just, I really think it should have been Ashley first. It would have been Leon's priority to do it first. And again, I love the original, I love the remake. They both have a special place in my heart. Not trying to shame one another, but it's just this one really changed things up to put Ashley as a priority. Not just this, whiny teenage brat that you're dragging along in the middle of fucking nowhere trying to get out. But yeah. And my final moment, which is the third one, is actually seeing Leon comforting Ashley. In the original, we don't really see too many moments of Leon actually talking to Ashley about what's happening to them precisely. It's just kind of waved over. It's just kind of whatever, And in this, she's speaking about how fearful she is of this and how anxious she is. And oh my goodness, when I first played the scene, it just really had me anxious as well because her voice acting was that great. I really enjoyed it. And honestly, it's something I really thought, this was after I played the second game, and basically having Leon, just thinking about Leon from the original, from the second remake, I was just thinking how much, Leon in the fourth remake was just thinking Ashley's going through something similar like me, and it's It's really disheartening to see that, because you can see in his eyes, and like you can see the emotions on his face, how he's like reacting to her responses. He wants to find the right thing to say, and he eventually does. And it, I I'm just like really happy with this. I'm really happy to be talking about this, because this game is amazing, and there's so much more for me to talk about. But yeah, I'm trying my best to focus on Ashley and not much on everybody else, as much as I want to. There's going to be videos about that, I guarantee it. There will be videos on them, I promise. But the final thing I wanted to say, so this is definitely one of my things that I want to like talk about. The possibility of her returning, with my final thoughts on this. So she has, been shown to be useful throughout the remake, and how much Leon's character has affected her. She is trying her best for him so they can get out alive. They are trying to make it out alive together, and not so much like, feeling like a chore. It's like both of them depend on each other in some way, shape, or form. So really, that's the vibes I've been getting after playing the game multiple times, is that they're always like working together till the end. And of course, one of the other points is Ashley did show interest in becoming an agent, and I know that was her trying to flirt a little bit to try and get closer to him, but it's just another thing that I was thinking, this could be kind of a nice way to throw her into a new game, or even a remake of some kind that takes place after Resident Evil 4. Either way, it could have been, it could be something. It could be something. But unlike her previous versions, it seems likely she might make a return to the franchise as either an agent or like a worker for one of these organizations, like the BSAA, or TerraSave, or really anything new after that. I mean, I'm surprised Ashley hasn't tried to make a organization after, the BSAA got like taken down, right? My brain is just like, if I'm remembering the details right? My brain's just like, I don't know. Well, anyways, though it does seem that Capcom really developed her character in order to have people like her more. So, she could play a big part in a, later game, Resident Evil 9 maybe, possible side story game, kind of like, Revelations or Revelations 2, or even Code Veronica, like those kind of title games. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like it has its own little title. We could probably end up getting some kind of Ashley main character game. That would be pretty cool. Or she could be a partner to another main character in a different game. I don't know. It's a possibility, and I think Capcom is maybe planning on doing that. Possibly. Do not take my word as granted, but I feel like with the effort they put into her character, there is a likely chance they might be using it for something more. But hey, let's continue. So, it appears that wait, that was the first note. No, let me get to my second note. Okay, so I feel as though with Ashley now being this updated, we could see other side characters in the future of new games or remakes. I'll take a minute to talk about that in a second. I need to take a sippy sip. Okay. So, like I said, with Ashley being this updated, we could probably see more characters that are side characters from previous games being upgraded and, given more personality within them. I think characters like, for example, I would love to see, Steve from Code Veronica get updated. I want to see him updated. He was pretty good in the original, but I would like to see him a little bit more, something we can get hooked to. You get what I mean? Like someone we can grow attached to and be concerned about. I mean, he could still kind of be his same dork self, like some kind of like, poor attempting at flirting with girls kind of guy, and he kind of sucks at it, and he realizes he sucks at it, and it's just like, I'm a bit of a dork. Like, you know the guys, right? You know the guys. Basically, those nerdy guys. That would probably work well for him. But yeah, I think with this much updates to Ashley's character, we could probably see that with other Resident Evil side characters from the past get an upgrade. If hell, we might even get some different versions of, like, for example, maybe Billy from Resident Evil 0. Like, that would be pretty cool. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. But yeah, she's definitely not a forgettable character now that she's developed so well in the remake. Again, like I said, I do think she might make a possible return in the future, either being a main character in a game or a comic maybe. Heck, maybe she might even be introduced in an animated series, like kind of like the ones we saw on Netflix. Who knows, who knows, who knows. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Well, this discussion, I mean, well, it was a video, so... But I would like to thank you right now. Thank you so much for watching this. And if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and leave a like. My goal for this video is to get to 100 likes. Can we make that happen? Who knows? But it was really awesome being able to talk about Resident Evil in a video format now. It's something I've been doing in the streams a lot, but I keep forgetting to make videos about these topics I keep bringing up in the streams. So yeah, I might have to get some more subjects written down for later dates. But yeah, this is the first of many. So again, hopefully you enjoyed that. Check out my other videos if you'd like to. I do a lot of gaming streams during the weekend, which is mostly Resident Evil at this moment. Next game being the Resident Evil 5 game, starring tomorrow, since this would be posted like on January 10th. So yeah, so January 11th, it would be Resident Evil 5. But yeah, 2025, just so in case people are like, wait, what? This is 2026. But yeah, anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you all in another video. So stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, guys, stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate, signing the hell out of here.